Good morning. It's Monday, May 15th, about 8:30. Been on the trail for about 30 minutes. Pretty day out. A little cold right now. Probably in the low 50s or high 40s. It was actually a pretty nice night. Stayed pretty warm until about 1:30. Clouds rolled in and got a little colder. I slept in the shelter last night at Bear Fence Hut. They call them huts in the Shenandoahs. That's a shelter, three-sided shelter. I just didn't want to have to dry my tent out this morning. It was supposed to rain, or possibly rain last night. So it wasn't crowded there. The shelter wasn't even full. Only doing about 7 miles a day. I'm going to a place called Big Meadow. There's a wayside there, a lodge, and a campground. It's 20 bucks to camp. And you get a shower. And they have laundry there. And I need a few things food-wise. I still have probably get by another day without food, or get through today without more food, but definitely need a few days to get me to Luray. I believe Luray is about 30 miles. Hate doing a short day, but I did 21 yesterday. I was going to try to make Big Meadow last night, but I just didn't. I couldn't do 29 miles yesterday. I mean, I could have, but I would have rolled in there at dark and I would have been wiped. So, just get some laundry, get some restaurant food, get some resupply food, and a shower, and a beer maybe, and just relax the rest of the day. It's supposed to rain Thursday and Friday, so I should be in Luray by Wednesday, so we'll see how that works out and go from there. Should be doing 20-mile days. I'm going to do this Bear Fence loop. It's supposed to be a nice rock scramble, but pretty tough climb, but it's supposed to give you nice rewards with views. So since it's a nice day and we have view possibilities, take advantage of them. Hey guys, I'm on the Blue Blaze Bear Fence rock scramble little side trail. You can see the trail goes this way. The AT actually skirts out from that little hill there and going this way through those rocks, so you can see the Blue Blazes way up there on that high rock there. So that's where we're heading. Pretty fun for a Monday morning. Digging this. Hey, just a minute or two ago we were filming from right down there. You can see the Blue Blazes down there on those rocks. That high one I was sitting on, filming up here. Got a 360 view here. Pass it around. Nice little drop off right here. Skyline Drive right there. nice drive. You don't get views like this. A little bit windy, but not too bad. Sun feels good. As these rocks soak up the sun, feel nice out here. Not bad for Monday morning. Could be sitting in traffic going to work. That was pretty fun. See if I can video here without falling. It was a pretty good scramble. Had to put my trekking poles down a couple of times. Use my hands, pull myself up. That was fun for a Monday morning. Nothing like climbing rocks. 9 o'clock in the morning when most people are driving to work. Hey guys, it's May 15th, about 11:30. I just passed Mealan Gap, heading to the Big Meadow Wayside, get some lunch, and then get a camp for tonight, and then dinner. Morning, it's Tuesday, May 16th, and just leaving Big Meadow campground. Here's I'm on the back side of it. This is the AT right here. Nice, huge campground. I think I counted over 250 or 240 RV spots and or car camping spots and like 50 something tent spots. It was $20 the tent here, but I split it with a guy I met from DeLand. His name is Ashes. Dave Ashes. Call him Ashes because his grandson was killed, or his grandson died, and another family friend. So he's out here spreading ashes. Morning. And anyway, he's only been on the trail for a few weeks, and he hurt his knees. He started in Waynesboro, which is just 60 miles back. Took a couple weeks off to heal his knees, and now he's taken to zero here. Not really sure why, but anyway, so he's just starting out actually. So he's gonna flip-flop. But it's a beautiful day. It was very comfortable sleeping last night. It's probably in the low 50s, high 40s. And no rain for a couple days, not till maybe Thursday, but probably more like Friday or Saturday. I got about 18 miles to Road 211. There's a town called Luray, which I'm gonna stay in a hostel there tonight. There's a free shuttle service if you stay at the hostel from the trailhead. So it should be a pretty easy day. 18 miles, good weather. It's 8:30, but I got up at 6:30. Was packed up by 7. Ate breakfast. Dried my tent out. Ready to go. My pack was giving me issues again. The frame coming out. So took a piece of aluminum from a can and put it in the webbing to try to keep the frame from coming out through the webbing. It's not really been coming out the last 4 or 5 weeks. But yesterday came out a couple times. And this morning it came out a couple times before I even got out of camp. So I stopped and put that back together. Hopefully it'll stay together for at least today. Okay, talk later. I keep forgetting to mention some people I've met. Met a guy right before I got sick. He was actually retiring from the Navy. He was on his terminal leave. He was an officer. And in '89, when I was in HSL 36, he was in ROTC, and he did his summer, whatever they call it, where the Academy guys and the ROTC guys come out to the fleet for a week or two, and actually flew with us. So I thought that was pretty neat. He ended up being a P3 pilot. Then went to Coast Guard and was flying Hercs. He gave me his name, Dave, but he never gave me his last name. So we threw some names around. People we really didn't know any. He thought he heard of Wayne Harder's, but other than that, didn't know anybody in common that we could think of. And then met a guy last night. I was doing laundry here at the camp, and he asked me if I was prior service. I said, yeah, I was Navy. He said he was Navy. He was an IT guy, and he was getting out too. He had 8 years in. He's from Texas and had a wife and 2 kids here at camp, and they had taken an old Bluebird school bus and converted it to an RV. And he was going to go to engineering school in Asheville when he got out. He was stationed in DC area. Really nice guy. His name was Sterling. I don't remember his last name. But met a lot of interesting people here, and a lot of military around. I guess military people like camping and outdoors and stuff like that. Probably mentioned this guy. This guy was way back in almost Georgia, but I met an F-15 driver that was retiring, and he and his wife were going to Saudi. He was going to fly F-15s for the Saudi government, and taking his wife with him. Talked to him for a while. We exchanged numbers, and he was going to give me some contacts for some jobs. He said there's tons of stuff going on in Eglin. This is all kinds of stuff, all kinds of jobs there. Hadn't come up with any contact information yet, but still in contact with him. So that might be a good resource when I get back to the world and start looking for. Good morning. It's Saturday, May 20th. I hadn't videoed in a couple days. I ran out of space on the camera, but I got into Front Royal about 2 days ago. Was able to get to the library and download or upload about 50 of the videos, so made some room on the camera. I night hiked, I think it was Thursday night, and into the morning. I think I ended up doing about 30 plus miles. Got through the, keep hearing gunshots over here. Got in the Front Row, and slept pretty much all the next day, Thursday day, and then I met up with Trinity and Ron. Trinity came up in the Front Row Friday and picked me up. I spent the day with them yesterday, and they dropped me back off at the trailhead there at 55 in Linden this morning. Going back on the trail, done about 3 or 4 miles, and feeling much better. Feeling really groggy yesterday, probably because my sleep cycle was messed up from the night hike. I'm really glad I ended up doing it. It was kind of spooky at first until you got used to the darkness. Saw tons of deer, just literally would walk right up to them. Could basically lean over and touch them. They were just looking at me like, what the hell? Didn't see any bear at night. I think the bear here are basically not nocturnal. I think they move around during the day and sleep at night for the most part. So, but kept a close ear out for them. Didn't run into any. And it was super hot and muggy Friday. So I'm glad I hiked through the night. It was really pleasant. And the trail was really good. Wasn't too rocky or anything. And pretty easy hiking. So there's a shelter right up here. I'm out of the Shenandoah Park now. So my next stop will probably be Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, which will put me out of Virginia. There's a little stone wall. Pretty cool. See a lot of these around this area. And I think I only have about 50 miles and we'll be out of Virginia. And I'll resupply there and then be into Maryland right after that. So I believe the trail only goes through about 40 miles of Maryland. I actually have this 4-state challenge. You try to do 4 states in one day, which is where you leave Virginia in the morning, go through Harper's Ferry, go through Maryland, end up in Pennsylvania, all in the same day. It's a long day. I want to say it's like 45 miles to do it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to probably hang out in West Harper's Ferry. I'd like to take a whole day there. And I may do that. I'm not sure yet. I feel like I've kind of been dragging my feet a little bit, but also so much history there. I'd like to explore it. So we'll see how the weather, everything turns out, and go from there. It's supposed to get nice next couple of days. It looks like rain today, but it's not that hot. Little breeze. And it's supposed to be like only in the 60s during the day. Next couple of days, partly sunny, and then only in the lows of like low 60s or high 50s. So it's going to be great, cool weather, and looking forward to nice, not so cold nights too. All right, so everything's in good shape. Weather's looking up. Trail, we're getting ready to do the roller coaster. Or I just started a roller coaster, which is, I want to say it's like 20, 30 miles. Don't quote me on that. Of just Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, until I get into Harper's Ferry. But they're not big ups and downs, they're just constant. Constant up, constant down, constant up, constant down. So, should be good weather for it. I definitely got fresh legs after resting for a couple days. More stone wall. I think this is beautiful, that stone. Some old homesteads, boundary. I hear there's tons of these up in New England, just like everywhere, and they're ancient, like from the 1600s and 1700s. All right, talk to you later. Hey guys, it's May 20th, Saturday, about 4 o'clock, and I just entered Sky Meadow State Park boundary, and got a couple miles to a road crossing, and then there's a shelter about 6.5 miles ahead. Apparently there's no camping allowed between here and that shelter, so I should be able to make that shelter tonight. It's like a good place to see some deer. Saw a lot of sobos in the last 4 or 5 miles. Probably saw at least 8 or 10 sobos. And I saw a whole section of older female weekend hikers, and one of them was doing a article on hikers, and she did a little video interview of me, and said when the article's done she'd email it to me. So I let her interview me, just gave my name and particulars, stuff like that. Looks like it's going to rain all day, but it's just being cloudy, and that's about it. Hasn't spit a drop out. And the next couple days are supposed to be really nice, so looking forward to that. Got about 35 miles to Harper's Ferry, I believe, maybe less, West Virginia, and that's the ceremonial halfway point. It's right at around 1,000 miles at that point, even though it's not technically halfway. It's just kind of considered a halfway point, and that's where the ATC is, the headquarters. So I'll probably drop by there and visit at least that. Maybe try to see a couple historical sites. Should be there Monday morning. I don't know if I hike late tonight and get a solid 20 out tomorrow. I could be there by tomorrow night. And I may do that. Just maybe get another 10 in tonight. I got about 4 hours till dark. So, we'll see. Morning guys, it's Sunday, May 21st. It's just after 10 in the morning. I got on the trail about half hour ago. Maybe a little more than that. I've done about 2 miles. I got about 20 today, or actually 21 to get to the West Virginia border, and over the 1,000-mile mark today, and that leaves not less than 10 miles to Harper's Ferry. I want to say it's like 7 tomorrow. So we'll actually be in West Virginia, right where the trail comes out on Virginia 605. There's a little store there It's the West Virginia border, and so I should make that today. Hope to be there around 7 tonight. I am in the roller coaster right now, which is I can't remember how many miles it is. I forgot to look it up, but it's like 20 miles of just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. We call it the roller coaster. It might only be 13 miles. For some reason that number sticks out in my mind. But it's supposed to rain about 2 today. Maybe some thunderstorms. So hopefully that'll hold off all day. But if not, it's not supposed to be that cold. It's only supposed to get down to 56 for low. So it'll be in the 60s when it rains, so it won't be too bad. Right now, just trying to make as many fast miles as I can. And hopefully beat the rain. Talk to you later. Hey guys, it's Monday, May 22nd. Just outside of Harper's Ferry, about a mile. I just came up on the Potomac. I think this is the Potomac. Potomac or Shenandoah, they come together here in Harper's Ferry. Sorry, I should know which one it is. I believe this is the Potomac. No, this should be the Shenandoah. I would cross that first, coming from the south. So today, just went through Keys Gap earlier, Snickers Gap yesterday, and got to visit the ATC today. I got a package to pick up from Terry, some beef jerky, and may stay here tonight. A little waterfall right there. May stay here tonight. I've got food enough to get into Maryland for a couple days. I believe the West Virginia portion is only just a few miles, maybe 4 miles. Then we're right into Maryland. Maryland's only 40 miles, I believe. Then we'll be in Pennsylvania. So, I don't know if you can hear me with all the river and highway noise. But we'll talk soon. Hopefully get some more video in Harper's Ferry. Like to maybe visit some historical sites. Talk to you later. Good morning. It's Tuesday, May 23rd. Just leaving Harper's Ferry, which you can see out there in the distance. Just crossed a railroad bridge and footpath. It came across the Potomac on this side, and the railroad goes through that mountain right there. And this is the old canal that, when these were built, the railroad and canal were being built at the same time. They were actually racing each other for the business, and eventually the railroad ran out. The canal was pulled by mules, or the barges on the canal were pulled by mules. Here we got some kayakers. Right here is the confluence of the Shenandoah and the Potomac. The Shenandoah is that way, and the Potomac come in from that way and merges right there, just a few hundred yards ahead. This is just really awesome, completely awesome history and just beauty. All in one. That's the Virginia side, West Virginia side. Super excited to come back here. I only got here yesterday and I didn't stay another day. We'll definitely come back and look at a lot more of the history here. I passed a bunch of trenches on that side, on the other side of the Shenandoah yesterday, about a mile and a half from town. Just trenches everywhere. They were the battle trenches dug by the Union and Confederate troops during the Battle of Harper's Ferry. So tons of Civil War history here. And from what I understand, this trail is a bike trail, and the guy up there, Redbeard, he said that he thought it actually went all the way to DC. So I think I'm gonna plan a trip here next year, bring the bike, and visit all the Civil War history here. I did hit a lot of places yesterday, Jefferson Rock, and the old church that was destroyed, and some of the museums. I've got some pictures of it on my phone. But, definitely just a really nice small town, hiker friendly, and a beautiful place to bike, hike, canoe, relax, whatever. You can get a pretty good view of the canal and the towpath here. I think they call this the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. Presumably because it connects Chesapeake back to the Ohio Valley, back that way, and then the railroad right here. I've already seen the Amtrak go by, and a freight train, CSX freight train. I'm thinking this railroad and canal was built in the, I want to say 1830s, 40s, sometime in that frame. Really neat. And then we have Potomac over here still. Did see some turtles in this canal right back a ways. Surprising that they would, with the railroad coming in at the same time, that they would do all that work on the canal. Just seems like they would be able to see clearly that mule-tone barges were going to be outdated by freight trains on rail. But I guess it's the old and established having time breaking away and seeing the future. Probably common in most cultures and most civilizations. Good morning, everybody. It's May 24th, Wednesday, 8 a.m. Camped up at Crampton Gap. There's a shelter here and a bunch of tent pads. I had a nice tent pad about a quarter mile off the trail, and it rained all last night, but I got dinner cooked and excuse me, and everything set up before it rained. And it started raining right after dark, so that was good, and it stopped about 5:30 this morning. So I was able to pack up and not be rained on, but of course everything's pretty wet, so I went ahead and just packed my tent up wet. It's foggy out, and I'm going to do 20 miles a day, so didn't want to take the time to try to dry the tent out. Hopefully when I get to camp tonight it won't be raining and I can hang it for a little bit while the sun's out, if the sun's out, and dry it out. It was really muddy those tent pads are, there's no ground covering, you know, it's just dirt, so everything gets muddy. But no big deal. It is supposed to rain all day tomorrow. I believe it's supposed to be partly sunny today. It's been cloudy really for the last 4 or 5 days. Got about 30 more miles in Maryland, and we'll be in Pennsylvania. Today we're going to hit the Washington Monument. I think it's about 4 miles up the trail here. The original Washington Monument. It's right off the trail. So that'd be pretty cool. See y'all later. Hey guys, it's Thursday, May 25th. It's about 10 in the morning, a little after 10. Just got on the trail. It was raining all night. And just past an old stacked stone fence. Let me see. See these all over the place. And from what people tell me, there are even more of them. As you go further north, they're just everywhere. It's supposed to rain today, off and on, and thunderstorms about 2 this afternoon. So I waited till the rain stopped this morning. Stayed in the shelter last night. I was able to drive my tent out from the night before. When I got into camp, I hung it up and got dinner made. It didn't start raining until about 9:30 last night, so, and it just stopped about 9:30 this morning. Be a high of 65 today, low around 50 again. We're about 30 miles north of Harper's Ferry as the trail goes. Got about 20 more miles. Well, we'll hit Pennsylvania border today. I think it's only about 15 miles ahead. And probably only going to do 15 today because the thunderstorm is supposed to come in around 2 this afternoon. So hopefully it'll be close to camp and shelter before it starts raining steady again. Going to try to make, I think it's not Charlestown, I can't remember the name of the town now, but Indy's dad's going to meet us there, and I just came out to a little meadow. And on Saturday, it's supposed to be raining pretty much the next 4 or 5 days, off and on, but we're going to take a trip into Gettysburg, probably 0 there, and I think there's a bus tour you can take in Gettysburg and see some of the history there. Got a resupply. I've got 2 days left worth of food, so should get me into town. And then Terry's coming in the 3rd or 4th of June, which is next Saturday or Sunday, I believe. And she's gonna stay here for a few days. We're gonna do some hiking and maybe just relax. Hopefully it'll be sunny and warm. Maybe hit a pool and just do nothing. Rest up. Then Lars finally called me. He's gonna be meeting me as soon as Terry leaves. And we're gonna do some hiking, probably about 3 days. So my mileage is gonna go way down next couple weeks, but that's fine. Maine's not going anywhere. He'll still be there. And look forward to visiting with my friends and seeing some nation's history, Civil War history. Other than that, not much to report. Body's doing well, as long as I keep my toes taped up. I don't have a problem with the bone spur. I can go. I did 20 yesterday, 20 miles, and I was tired, but the toe was fine. So everything is working pretty much as it should. Trying to keep your weight on is a battle. I eat as much as I can. It's just hard to eat a lot, carry a lot of food. I was starving last night when I got to camp. It was a long day, and I had jerky, mashed potatoes. I had a wrap with deli turkey in it, little single packs. So it was nice and full. Feel energized this morning. Had my greens this morning and 2 packs of oatmeal and some hot chocolate. And today I'll have another turkey wrap for lunch and some jerky and some trail mix. Well, this is going to be fun. I went through one earlier, made it across. It was about this wide. There was rocks and a log I could skip over. This is going to be interesting here without getting wet. I really don't want to get wet. That's the trail right there, crossing that road. Maybe have to go downstream a little bit, I don't know. Figure it out. Hey guys, it's still May 25th. It's about 4:10. I've gone about 12 miles or so, crossed into Pennsylvania, across the Mason-Dixon line, about noon, 1 o'clock today. So Maryland was a quick 2 days in and out. You see the woods have changed almost when we got into Pennsylvania. A lot more dense trees, younger trees, a lot of ferns, a lot of pines. So, I'm not sure of our elevation here. I'm guessing probably around 1,500 or so. Not really much to report. We got about 3.5 more miles to the Antietam camp, and I'll probably camp up there. It rained for a little bit, but not really that much. Just kind of sprinkled. They are calling for thunderstorms and rain again tonight, but tomorrow they eased up on the forecast, and mostly cloudy tomorrow, and then rain again on Saturday and Sunday. At least tomorrow they took the rain away in the forecast. Well, feet are wet today. I had 2 stream crossings from the last 2 nights of rain. It flooded the streams, so just feet are wet. Been wet all day. I have to try to dry my socks out with a fire tonight. My other pair are shot. Pulled them off last night. I had a hole in them in the toes. I'll have to pick up a new pair in town here in a couple days and start looking for new shoes as well. I got about 600 miles on these Ultras. So that's what's in the works for gear. Other than that, everything's holding up. I gotta work on my pack a little bit, fix the frame problem, and I've got one tie that's gonna break. If I can figure out how to fix that. Trail's been pretty muddy today, but not terrible. So, making decent time. Won't be a 20-mile day, but it'll be a little over 15 today.